everybody! Jorge Jorge Ward!
Thank you. How are you guys? Apart from unemployed, I guess? Yeah, welcome to Spain. Yeah, it's really hard to find a job here in Spain. You Google job, you don't even get the I'm feeling lucky button. It's crap. Yeah. Have you ever seen Spanish comedians doing stand-up comedy before? No, because they always start with the same lines. They always start with the same words like, excuse my language, English is not my mother tongue, I'm sorry for my accent, blah, 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 blah. Pussies. Yeah, I'm not going to apologize to you. Instead, I think it should be you who should apologize to me for making me work in another language in my own fucking country. Thank you. I mean, I could carry on the show speaking Spanish if I wanted to, because you might be majority here while I'm playing at home. I mean, you're the foreign here, so I don't really care if I make you waste your money, because you already wasted your parents' money on your education. Yeah, you have plenty of time to learn my language, and you didn't, because they say, in Rome, do what the Romans do, and I totally agree with that. And I went to Rome once, and I wanted to do what the Romans do, but I couldn't find a lion to fight against. You know, but I ended up wearing a tonic in the middle of an orgy while eating grapes. That was cool. Yeah, I've got a friend, Rob. He's from England. He's from London. He spent 3 years living in Spain. Well, actually, it was Canary Island, which is more like Africa. You know, but we understand each other. In 3 years, Rob learned how to say 3 things, just one per year. I mean, it took his time. The first thing he learned was "Hola, ¿qué tal, mi amigo?" in a perfect, beautiful Spanish. I mean, he nailed it. Second thing was chorizo, not chorizo, chorizo. Chorizo, he loved chorizo. That was the only reason why he used to come over to my place. And the third thing he learned was ¿Dónde está la panadería? You know what it means. It means, where is the bakery? Yeah, not the bakery, but the bakery, a specific one. So I always wonder, what the fuck happened to Rob? You know, as to learn, to have that urge to learn, where's the bakery? He didn't learn, call the police, there's a fire, 911, my ass is bleeding. No, he just learned, where's the bakery? So I always guess probably he needed some chorizo, but they don't normally sell chorizo at bakeries, I don't know. Anyway, I'll keep talking in English during the show. At some point of my life, I have to learn your language. That's okay, I'm over it now. And you're hard as fuck tonight. I live in Lavapiés. You know Lavapiés? Yeah, it's a neighborhood here, and it's funny. It's funny because although it's a neighborhood in town center and it's all paved, it reeks of grass like a fucking forest. You know, if there is someone with Asperger's, someone who didn't get it, yeah, I'm talking about drugs. There are lots of drugs in Lavapiés. I mean, lots of drugs. I mean, you walk 2 steps, someone will offer you some hash. You walk 2 more steps, they will offer you some weed. You walk 2 more steps, and you have to buy. You have to buy because they use like a very aggressive marketing technique. Plus, I always try to support like local businesses. So if you go to Lavapiés, please do not say no to drugs. They've got some good gear there. Yeah. And I hate to say this, but we have also like a high rate of delinquency in Lavapiés. Actually, a few weeks ago, I saw a girl. She was walking in Lavapiés while talking over the phone, and this guy just showed up from nowhere, grabbed her phone, and ran away. And that happened to me as well. A long time ago, I was getting back home from clubbing. I was pretty drunk, I have to say, and these 4 or 5 guys surrounded me. Big blokes. They were big blokes, you know, athletic and fit. They shook me a bit, so I got even drunker. So when I realized one of them had taken my phone and ran away, so you know what I did? I just ran after him. You know, not to brag, but I never run. Never run. Maybe if I run out of cigarettes and they're about to close the cigarette shop, but I never run. Anyway, this time I was drunk, so I ran. I looked like Phoebe Buffet. I didn't get him, obviously I didn't get him, but can you picture what would have happened if I had got him? I didn't catch him, but can you imagine me all exhausted, like, I made that telephone, I didn't give you the PIN number. Yeah, that happened. But despite of all the drugs, despite of the delinquency, despite of the, you know, all the tourists with the suitcases making noises, despite of all the police doing check controls every minute at every corner, despite of everything, it's a nice and quiet place. I like living in Lava because it's like open 24/7. You can go anywhere, anytime, and you can get anything. I mean, you can go to a vegetable and fruit shop, and you can get either strawberries or a stolen BlackBerry phone. That's right. Yeah, actually, after a robbery, I went to buy some fruit, and I went back home with my telephone. Yeah, they have changed my PIN number, though, the motherfucker. Yeah. Anyway, at this point of the show, let me introduce myself, because I know Mike tried, but there's no way English-speaking people can pronounce my name properly. There's no way. I mean, I know what I'm talking about because I lived in England for a few years, and every time I say my name, Jorge, everyone were like, Jorge? Like inhaling, you know, like my glasses were always foggy. I had to clean them up all the time, you know? Yeah, and so when they gave up trying to say my name, they will ask for my surname. And that was hilarious, because my surname is Guerra. And everyone went like, fucking man, we call you George. There is a curse that says that if you say my name 5 times in front of a mirror, you say Jorge Guerra 5 times, you choke. Yeah, you don't die, but you choke, which is more embarrassing. Anyway, I do appreciate if you call me Jorge, if you try at least. I mean, I rather prefer that rather to the George, because if you call me George, I will use the Spanish version of your name. So if your name is Richard, I'll call you Ricardo with an R. And if your name is Will, I'll call you Deseo. And if your name is Donald, sorry mate, we don't have that name, so I'll call you Duck. You know what? Yeah. But I didn't tell you I've got a second name. Who's talking?
They are strange because they are from New Zealand.
Did you drink again? Pretty sure you did. But I didn't tell you. I didn't tell you I've got a second name. And that's Alberto. So my full English name goes like George Albert War. Isn't it cool?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I think I deserve a title of Lord of England just because of my name. I like George Albert War the First. You know. Oh. Yeah, it sounds a bit like if I was going to kill you all with my sword and set your stupid little villages on fire, you peasants, and fuck your horses and release your wives, or the other way around. I don't know, it sounds a bit like Game of Thrones. You like Game of Thrones?
Yeah.
Ah, you nerd. I don't like, I really dislike Game of Thrones. The only fantasies I like are like sexual and economical. I don't like. But there's one thing I like about Game of Thrones, and those are dragons. I love dragons. But I get really sad when I think about baby dragons. You know, when they try to celebrate their birthday. So picture a little tiny baby dragon trying to blow off the candles of the cake, and he can't. There's no way. Makes me really sad. But anyway, I don't like Game of Thrones, but I watched 5 seasons of Game of Thrones. Shut up. I didn't like, but I watched 5 seasons. It took me 5 years to realize I didn't give a fuck. But anyway, I was with a girl, and she loved Game of Thrones. That's the only reason I watched that. And I think that was the most beautiful thing I've done for love. Because I think I was in love, I'm not sure. If I was in love, I wasn't impressed anyway. Because I think love, I think it's overrated. You know, they made us think that Romeo and Juliet, it keeps going. They made us think Romeo and Juliet is the greatest love story ever. I think Romeo and Juliet is just a story of a 2-day relationship between 2 kids of 13, 17 years old, and ended up with 6 dead people. How romantic is that? You know, the problem is, I think we mistake love with romanticism, and romanticism with melancholy, and melancholy with depression. And I'm not saying love is a depression, but kind of. You know, you hardly eat, you can't sleep, you You've got chills all down your spine, your hands are sweating, and you've got butterflies on your belly. So to me, from a veterinarian point of view, that's called parasitism. Anyway, thank you very much for your attention, even you, and welcome to Mike again.
One more time for Georgie Ward. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. All right, it's fucking headliner time. Are you guys ready?